Had a couple of prices, a $23.40 winner and a $27.80 winner yesterday. Let's see what today brings here for Monday, President's Day of Racing.
And they're off. Awfully Fast, Rock Rose from the rail going forward, and Fancy Princess with some speed from third. Villa Regia and Sweet Talia racing side by side. They are already 5 to 6 lengths off the pace, and Bella Bettina's outkicked early. Down the backstretch, Rock Rose and Awfully Fast to the outside. Rock Rose at the rail, as Awfully Fast is there, half length behind in second. Fancy Princess a close third. Another 3 lengths back, and it's Sweet Talia in fourth, and Villa Regia is next, and Bella Bettina is sixth and trailing the field. Still a dozen or more to make up. Heading into the far turn run, Rock Rose from Awfully Fast. The lead is a length, 2 more lengths, and Fancy Princess from third. As Sweet Talia's asked for run there from fourth and trying to gain 4 from the front round that far turn. Villa Regia second to last, and Bella Bettina trailing the field. Rock Rose has more, opens up 2.5 lengths and Awfully Fast, and Fancy Princess third to the outside. Sweet Talia is next, and Bella Bettina for the back of the pack is going to swing widest into the stretch, and trailing now is Villa Regia. Into the stretch, Rock Rose put to a drive and alive by 5 lengths now. On the far outside, Bella Bettina's trying to pick up from dead last. Bella Bettina has moved into second with a furlong left to go. Rock Rose still with a solid lead. Rock Rose there from Bella Bettina, who's still charging hard. Rock Rose, Bella Bettina gaining a bit of ground late, but it's Rock Rose. Rock Rose to win by a couple of lengths from Bella Bettina, who came from last. And then third was Awfully Fast, followed by Sweet Talia, Fancy Princess. Clubmen. And they're off. Jason Takes Long up against it. Sharp break. Visual Artist is there too. For Love of Country joins the speed pack 2 into the first turn run, followed by For Love of Country out about 4 deep as they round the first turn. The leader is Visual Artist. Visual Artist is up top now. And second is Jason Takes Long, and For Love of Country is in third, and Chauffeur settles in down to the rail in fourth. Up against it out there, 3 wide in fifth. Bergiza between horses. Walk Away Joe just behind that group on the outside. And trailing the field back there is Clubman. Only about 6 or 7 lengths on the front, however. Down the backstretch, Visual Artist, Jason Takes Long, keeping heat on the outside. They're going an honest pace up front. It's a couple of lengths for Love of Country and Chauffeur third and fourth. Up against it, making progress wide out of the track, and followed by Bird G. And next is Walk Away Joe, and Clubman trailing the field down inside. Heading over the far turn, Visual Artist still there. Visual Artist working in front from Jason Takes Long. Lead almost 3/4 of a length now. For Love of Country. Then up against it outside, racing fourth position. Inside is Clubman. Clubman saving ground, is gained within three of the lead. Clubman from the back of the pack. And then it's Walk Away Joe, and followed by Shofar and Bird G. Now trails the field, less than 3 furlongs to go. Visual Artist. Visual Artist is the one to catch still for Love of Country, and up against it on the outside. Clubman is ground saving in fourth, turning in with a quarter of a mile left to go. Homeward bound, it's Visual Artist at the top of the stretch with a 2.5 or 3 length advantage as Clubman works off the rail, now driven in second. Clubman on the outside, charging hard is this 9-year-old Clubman on the outside, very willing to catch Visual Artist, and Clubman's grabbed the lead. Clubman and the X-Men. Clubman in front. Clubman, Visual Artist. Clubman just going to outkick Visual Artist in the stretch, and there it was Walk Away Joe up against it, and for Love of Country.
When we started adding protocols, the first thing we knew we wanted to do was to add veterinarians watching training. We really had to look at all of the opportunities that we had to impact horse safety, controlling medication and training, which had never been done, investing in cutting-edge diagnostic techniques, decreasing the amount of medication that was in the horse on race day. Right now it's training, but we're checking horses that are racing on Saturday. Thank you. You're all right, sweetie. I feel like we are changing things for the better.
Right now, it's basically just being present. We do examine various horses in the days leading up to it. Race day, it's every horse. We're watching the horses, how they warm up. Now they've got weight on their back. We're on different surface. We're still following the horses. All the horses look good during their warm-up, sound ready to run.
I truly feel like we are moving the sport forward. The horses are better for it. We've really changed to focus on putting horses at the center and being the most important part of the equation.
And they're off. Wild Behavior first away from Spotted Bull up the inside. Jimmy the Kid get a flash right up there. So it is Jimmy the Kid and Wild Behavior hooking up head to head as Spotted Bull will settle back into third position. Gap of two. Dr. Rusty Raymond, bad guys in between runners and should have had it trailing the field. Wild Behavior, inside pressure from Jimmy the Kid. Jimmy the Kid, Wild Behavior matching strides. They roll past the half-mile pole. Spotted Bull's a patient third right off that duel as they round that far turn. It's a gap of five. Dr. Rusty Raymond on the inside as they round that far turn is now 6 lengths to make up. Should have had it. Second to last had trailing the field. Bad guy. About 2.5 furlongs left to go, and it's Wild Behavior just in front. And Spotted Bull. Spotted Bull firing up on the outside right there at the quarter pole to claim the lead. Spotted Bull goes on willingly, opens a length in front now as they turn in from Wild Behavior second and Jimmy the Kid is next, and Dr. Rusty Raymond has moved along to fourth past that furlong marker, and it's Spotted Bull and Jamie Rodriguez are well clear by 3 now. Wild Behavior hanging well for second, clearly second, going to be closer for third. Here is Spotted Bull to do it. Spotted Bull over Wild Behavior, and then Jimmy the Kid, Dr. Rusty Raymond, and Bad Guy. Minute 11.30.
The Maryland Jockey Club's Canter for a Cause cantered on with just over 300 entrants this year, coming from far and wide in this unique event to walk, trot, and canter over the famed Pimlico Racecourse that showcased historic legends and champions. The only event of this type founded by Georgianne Hale. All benefits go to the renowned nonprofit, the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
Well, this is a great event. I think it really showcases the thoroughbred can come out here and ride and come back to the racetrack and not have any issues. It's a great event for awareness and fundraising, and I think it's a great community event, especially with these people bringing OTTBs, because when they bring them here and they get to showcase them in front of everyone else, I think it's really fun. And because it's close to Halloween this year, we've seen a lot of great costumes, so that's good too. I think a lot of people assume that the racehorse ever came back to the track, that they would not be able to handle it. And we've seen today lots of horses come through the gate with little kids being let out, and things are fun. So yeah, I think once they're out of that racehorse mode for the most part, and they can come out to the track and enjoy themselves, and I think depending on what they're being trained for, they come back here and they know that this rider wants to canter slow or walk or trot, so it's good. It's good.
And they're off. Running River was slow to go. Cajun Fun going to fire out early with Duke of Dooley early speed, and City Creek is joining in as well. And Spunky Irishman a bit reluctant to load is flashing up to show pace too. Bubba Chrome racing down to the inside, Distant Fire on the far outside there. The Black Capitalist another 2 lengths back. Rascally Rebel is followed by Skip the Roses, and working in advance now of Moonshine, and Running River has improved after the sluggish break, and he's all inclusive. And Mr. Ripster trailing the field far back into the far turn run. City Creek shows the way, Cajun in front of the outside, and Spunky Irishman is in third position, but suddenly dropping back now. Here's Bubba Chrome moving along down to the inside of Distant Fire. Distant Fire, Bubba Chrome at third and fourth and 5 from the front of the top of the stretch, where it's City Creek. City Creek from Cajun Fun, 2.5, 3 lengths in front of Distant Fire, the far outside, as they move now to the 3/16 marker. And the inside is Rascally Rebel is working forward. Rascally Rebel wide open rear. Here comes Rascally Rebel rolling far outside. Running River, who is dead left at the gate, is coming as well. Running River far outside. Distant Fire coming on for a share. It's Rascally Rebel. Rascally Rebel? Rascally Rebel is 99 to 1. Running River was second, and Distant Fire was third, followed by Skip the Roses.
Introducing the first racing tool from Pegasus to Preakness. Iconic venues.
Life is good, and Irad Ortiz Jr. has ran them off their feet in the Pegasus.
World-class racing. Millions at stake.
Run forward, win the Preakness.
New champions will be crowned. Only at first.
And they're off. Larimore, Ashasi, Bayless Street, all of the early firing line, and Vegas Wildcat right there with speed in between horses. Jimmy DeBook racing along in fifth, already mid-pack. Cowgirl Shine saving ground. Don't Tell Darren back of the pack with Galactic Tide trailing the field heading into the far turn. 10 lengths will cover them. Ashasi is firing with that speed on the inside from Vegas Wildcat. Larimore on the far outside, and Bayless Street just in behind the lead there in fourth position. A couple from the front, another two. Cowgirl Shine and Jimmy DeBook are next. Don't Tell Darren has 7 to make up with 3 furlongs left to go. Galactic Tide trailing the field. Larimore's keeping the heat on Ashasi, Larimore. Midpoint of the turn, 2 lengths in front from Bayless Street in third. Cowgirl Shine, Vegas Wildcat drops back a bit. And Don't Tell Darren saving ground, followed by Jimmy DeBook and Galactic Tide. They're into the stretch. Larimore heads for home with the lead. Larimore, Bayless Street on the outside, trying to come with the run. Larimore holding sway, length and a half in front from Bayless Street in second. Larimore, Bayless Street, 1-2. The inside, Don't Tell Darren on for a share. 16th left to go. Larimore, Jorge Hernandez, back to back. Long shot of the fifth, and coming home with Larimore, the favorite here, the sixth. Followed by Bayless Street, and followed by Don't Tell Darren third. Cowgirl Shine and O'Shaughnessy. Lined up. And they're off. Lad needs a handler, and Rama, Red Paisley on the outside, and Arden's lucky to be. Wants to show early speed right there in the early mix in between horses. Flaming East will settle back in fifth and on the chase. Another 3 to Ace 9-9, and Brilliant Ice on the outside, trailing the field in 7 from the front. Plenty of pace on, heading into the turn. Arden's lucky to be now trying to get that head in front from Lad. Needs a handler and does. Rama right there in third position. The outside is Red Paisley stalking for fourth. Flaming East is in fifth in between horses. Another 5. Brilliant Ice still 7 or 8 from the front, and Ace 9-9 trailing the field, top of the stretch. Arden's lucky to be the one to catch. Arden's lucky to be, shakes free, opens up 3. Arden's lucky to be, Red Paisley out the center of the track, and Rama in between horses. Flaming East is in that battle as well. They've got a furlong left to go, and it's Arden's lucky to be by 5 lengths. Extreme outside. Brilliant Ice launching a late rally, running out of time. Brilliant Ice, can Brilliant Ice get there? Brilliant Ice is flying on the outside. Brilliant Ice, I believe in time. Oh, it's close. Arden's lucky to be was right there in the photo. Then Rummer and Red Paisley photo. Combat Queen. And they're off. Combat Queen beneath the stars, an icy stare down. 3 out early for the lead, and My Flicker fourth at the rail settles mid-pack. Bourbon Wildcat and Sweet Gracie trailing the field. Beneath the stars leads. Beneath the stars opens up 2 lengths now. Heading for the far turn run. Icy stare down is second, and My Flicker and Bourbon Wildcat third and fourth, and Combat Queen take it to the back of the pack with Sweet Gracie on the outside, 3 deep. Into the far turn run. Beneath the stars, the one to catch. Beneath the stars still setting that tempo, length and a half in front from Icy Stare Down. Same margin, and My Flicker is racing in third position, and Bourbon Wildcat is next, and Sweet Gracie and Combat Queen last toward the quarter pole. Turning for home, Beneath the Stars, Icy Stare Down ridden for more. My Flicker down inside in third position and driven as well. The far outside is Sweet Gracie. Back to Combat Queen is trying to pick up steam from the back of the pack. They've got about a furlong left to go, and it's Beneath the Stars up top. 2 lengths from My Flicker second. Combat Queen chugs along and moves along to third. A 16th left to run. Beneath the Stars from My Flicker and Combat Queen. Beneath the Stars does it at 14-1. Luis Rivera Jr. from My Flicker second. Combat Queen and Bourbon Wildcat. Minute 11.
It's probably the most beautiful racetrack in the country, to be honest with you.
The background is just beautiful.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the grandstand and the racing.
The weather is beautiful. The facility is phenomenal.
The Gulfstream Championship meet has become one of the top events of the year. You could come out on a Wednesday and see a future Preakness winner.
They're off in the Preakness. The Run Happy Santa Anita Derby.
Got the unique 6.5 down the hillside turf course. A whole lot of great racing here in California.
And we're off.
We have all 3 surfaces here, the only racetrack in the country to have all 3 surfaces. Being close to the ocean, being surrounded by some of the greatest horses and riders in history, it's amazing.
It's the prettiest thing you've ever seen. There's no one else has a background like we do.
In the gate. And they're off. Bostonian and Tipsy Tourist, Holy Delight, Rail with Speed, and Coffee Bean in the mix too. Dysfunctional breaks sharp at the outside, and here is Dysfunctional on the chase of Holy Delight. It's a gap of 5 in the field. Good Story is 7 off the pace. Back to Doom Scroller inside as I Have Courage. Heading on to the turn, Holy Delight up top. 3/4 of a length, Dysfunctional quick there on the outside. The challenge for the lead. Into the turn, Holy Delight, a neck in front from Dysfunctional. They're 4 lengths clear now. It is Tipsy Tourist just in third, and Coffee Bean is in fourth. Bostonian drops back. The inside is Good Story trying to get underway. Good Story moving through in that second flight. Just in that second flight and behind horses. Needs a bit of room at the rail. Just may have it. Top of the stretch, they turn for home. It's Dysfunctional from Holy Delight in second, and a gap of 5. And Good Story slips through on the inside, driven from third. They're coming toward the final furlong. Dysfunctional in front by 2, 2.5. Holy Delight and Good Story is now clearly picked up third. Tipsy Tourist, and then Coffee Bean. They're close to home. Dysfunctional and Arnaldo Boca Chica. Anthony Ferrier training triple today. Dysfunctional by 4 at the finish from Holy Delight. And then it was Good Story, Tipsy Tourist fourth, and Coffee Bean. Minute 12.28.
We'll be back Friday for more racing. Of course, as per usual, post time is at 12:25, and we have a nice card coming up for Friday.